Alright, I just finished installing the fan controller, and this is the back side of my case, which is commonly known as the messy side of the case, where all of your wires go and hide away from the front side. So this is basically where your cable management, or in my case my spaghetti management, rests at the case. So yeah, the fan controller pretty much caused this because I had to route all of the fan wires back here to keep everything nice and neat, and so everything's connected now. I haven't tested the fan controller yet. Wait, my side panel's over here falling. I haven't tested the fan controller yet to see if it actually even works, and if it doesn't, I'm going to be so pissed off. Well, let's think on the bright side. Most likely it should work. So when it works, I'm going to show you guys how it looks on the front panel, how you navigate through the menu and control your fans. Okay, so this is pretty much how it looks with the fan controller installed on the front side of the case. Like always, I try to keep it as neat as possible. I've seen better cable management than this, but this lives up to my satisfaction. The cables from the fan controller itself, if you guys can see, you can see those little cables always like actually a ribbon. I made sure the majority of these cables routed out this way. I think actually all of them routed out that way, and I had these two 120 mils on the CPU heatsink route the cables out. Yeah, they all routed out that way. And since this is a 5 fan controller, I had these two fans in the back, these two exhaust fans, and I had this one intake fan up here that glows red. Those are the fans that are controlled by this controller. This fan, the rear exhaust, and the most bottom intake fan are controlled. Basically, they're not controlled by the fan. This fan right here goes straight into the motherboard, right over here, if you can see, and then this fan over here connects straight into the power supply up behind the chassis, straight into a Molex running at 12 volts at all time. The reason why I don't mind is because these fans, even though they're running at 12 volts, they spin at very quiet levels, but as a result they don't blow much air. They're more of, how can I say, they're not pressure fans. They sort of bring in the airflow, but not to the extent that this fan, these two fans, and then these two fans. These are the most powerful fans in my computer, and luckily they were 5 of them, so they all can be controlled, and those are the fans that was making the most noise. So let's pretty much, I have not turned on my computer yet to see how the fan controller works, so I'm going to do so now. Computer is plugged in right now. Gonna hit the power button. Alright. There we go. Everything seems to be working fine. I hear the fans drop down in speed. Alright, so let's see how the fan controller itself works here. Just a macro focus. Alright. Turn this on. Gain some light. So when you click this button here, it switches between the different fans. Alright. I had fan 1 and 2 be the two fans right here, which were mounted on the CPU heatsink. Fan 3 and 4 are the two fans up here on the exhaust port, and then fan 5 is this fan right here that is glowing red. So fan 1 and 2 are by far the most powerful fans, and that's why I mounted them on the CPU's heatsink. So let's see, right now it's set to auto on 60%. Let's put these up to 100 and let me see if you can hear the noise increase. Oh, it's on auto. Let me put it to manual actually. You can hear that increase ridiculously louder because fan 1 now is running at 100% speed. Let's kick this down to like 40. It's a lot more quieter. Alright, let's go to fan 2, which is running at 100% speed as well. Let's kick this down to 40. Let's go to fan 3, which are the exhaust fans up top. Kick this down to 40. Let's go to fan 4 and kick that down to 40. Go to fan 5 and kick that down to 40. Wow, my PC is a lot quieter now. It's way quieter now. Yeah, this is a lot better. It's a lot better than whatever it was before. Let me see if I can actually have all of the fans. All of the fans go to 100%. See if you can hear the difference. Let's see. Guess that's not how you do it. Okay, I guess that's not an option to do that. Alright, so you know, I might just edit it. Have all the fans at 100%, then all the fans at 40%. I'm just gonna probably switch back and forth so you guys can kind of hear the difference between my computer, the way it was before and the way it's gonna be after I install this fan controller. So the other options here are, if you click this power button, I think if you hold it and you hear that double beep, this now it turns off the beeping sound, so you can now navigate through the user interface without having that beeping noise. Maybe if you're using this at night and you don't want to wake up anyone that's in your area. You click it again, and then now the beep comes back. And if you hold that long enough, it just completely turns off the screen, not the fan controller. So the fans are still going to spin, but the actual screen is going to turn off completely. I believe if you hold the middle area of this, yeah, it turns to Fahrenheit, which is what I'm used to reading. I didn't set up any probes anywhere. The probes are literally right next to the fan controller, so it's pretty much going to read the ambient air next to itself, which is 79 degrees Fahrenheit, which is still relatively cool. One reason I didn't want to set up the probes is because the wires are going to be all over the place, and two, I can still see the temperatures of the most pretty much I can read the temperatures for the hard drive, the graphics card, and the CPU within the operating system itself using various programs. What else is there? Oh, that little R button, if you hold it long enough, it resets all of the settings, and I don't think there's anything else there. Oh yeah, this if you click right here, switch between manual, you can manually set the fan speed, and auto. I'm not sure if the auto is based off of if you can set a temperature over here, and then you can say if it reaches in this region, push the fan speeds up to 80%, hypothetically speaking. If it reaches in this region, you can bring the fan speeds down lower because the computer is running on a much cooler state. I'm not sure if the fan controller is that complex. I'm guessing the auto, I've looked at this before. I think the auto is just based off of, it just has some kind of built-in setup. So this has pretty much been a complete overview of the installation of this fan controller in my desktop PC. If you guys have any questions or comments that this overview didn't cover, feel free to post them in the comment box. I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities. Please rate and subscribe. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Later.